A light in the cell. Night pressed heavy against the prison walls, and Paul's cell smelled of stone and iron. His back ached where the lash had struck him days before. His chains clinked softly every time he breathed. Still, he did not sleep. Somewhere down the corridor, a guard scoffed. "If your God is real," the man muttered, "why are you still here?" Paul did not answer aloud. He had learned long ago that faith did not always silence mockery, but it always outlasted it. He closed his eyes and remembered the road to Damascus. The dust, the certainty, the blinding light that had shattered his pride and remade his soul. Once, he had trusted the law to save him. Now, he trusted only the grace that had knocked him to the ground and lifted him back up forgiven. A quiet joy settled over him. Paul began to sing, not loudly, not for the guards, but for God. A hymn whispered through the darkness, soft as breath, yet strong as iron. The song carried hope into stone walls that had heard nothing but despair. He thought of the churches he had planted, the letters he had written, the believers who would one day read his words by candlelight and find courage in them. If his chains could strengthen their faith, then the chains were worth bearing. Paul smiled. The world could bind his hands, but it could not bind the truth. And even here, especially here, God was still at work. Truth remembered. Faith does not shine brightest when life is easy, but when hope sings in the dark. Historical note. This story draws from the biblical record of the Apostle Paul found in the book of Acts and in his letters. Paul's repeated imprisonments for preaching the gospel are documented in Acts 16, Acts 21-28, and referenced throughout his epistles. His practice of praying and singing while imprisoned is specifically recorded in Acts 16, verse 25, when Paul and Silas sang hymns in jail at Philippi. The specific prison setting, guard dialogue, and Paul's inner reflections are dramatized for narrative purposes. However, Paul's suffering, his steadfast faith, his encouragement of believers through letters written in chains, and his unwavering trust in God during hardship are all firmly grounded in Scripture and early Christian tradition.